Hi everyone, welcome back to RS3 Ghost. We're now going to be completing the Shield of Arith quest. Going to start working through the quest line within date release order, kind of like as by release did by Jimmy. So we'll do that with RuneScape 3, see how far we get. Hopefully we don't come across any challenges. Remember, this is a hardcore Iron Man. If I lose any hardcore status, I'm just going to carry on as an Iron Man. It's still a challenge. I'm still an old school player, just getting back into RuneScape 3, and I thought I'd start with the beginning. We've now started the Shield of Arith quest, where we're starting to look at book shelves to try and find a book what could lead us to the phonic scan. After that we'll speak to the librarian again, and hopefully he could give us some information of the whereabouts or who we can speak to. After we speak to the librarian, we head over to Barrack in Without Town Square, where he currently sells some furs. We'll buy the information off him for 10 GP, where he will tell us the location of the Phoenix hideout, and that's where we'll be heading next. Once you're in the Phoenix hideout, you'll speak to someone called Straffen. He'll deny all knowledge of the Phoenix scan. However, you start to persuade him, where he will hire you to kill Johnny LeBeard, who's located in Falk's Blue Moon Inn. Once you're in the Blue Moon Inn and you start to attack Johnny, after you've defeated him, he will drop an intel report which Straffen needs. Grab the report, head back to Straffen until he'll make you a Phoenix scan member, allowing you into their hideout. Exit the hideout, climb up the stairs, and remember to collect the 2 Phoenix crossbows. Look around in the chest in the southwest corner. Head over to the southwest corner chest, where you'll find a part of Shield of Arith. After you exit the Phoenix hideout, you're going to head over to Charlie the Tramp to get the location of Black Arm's Gan and offer him some money. Once you're in the Black Arm's Gan's hideout, go over and speak to Katrina. At first she won't trust you, and to gain her trust you'll need to get the Phoenix scan crossbows, which can be located in their hideout. Once you've secured them and brought them back to her, she'll make you a member of their gang, where you'll head upstairs and search the eastern cupboard wall. Once you've done that, you'll find the other half of the Shield of Arith, where you'll put them both together, and then you'll have to present them both to the Falk Inn. We now head over to Lionbridge to start the Reckless Ghost quest. in hope of to try and get some prayer XP. To start Reckless Ghost, we'll go over and speak to Father Eric within Lumbridge Church. He will feel the ghost has been haunting his graveyard south of the church and needs some help to try and laying it to peace. We head over to Lumbridge Swamps where we'll go into a hut and get the ghost amulet, being able to talk to this ghost. When we speak to the ghost, he tells us that he's lost his head and he cannot be put to rest. We now need to head over to Lumbridge Swamp to get his head and bring it back to the coffin. Once we have his head, put it back in the coffin and he'll be at peace. Sixth prayer received. Ten prayer received. Next on the list is Ernest the Chicken, so we'll be heading over to Draenor Village to speak to Veronica just standing outside the manor. We start the quest by speaking to Veronica outside the manor, where her fiance Ernest has been missing for an hour and wants us to go and find him. Once inside, head up the stairs and up the ladder we will see the professor, where you'll go and speak to him. When you speak to the professor, he will explain that Ernest has been changed into a chicken to help him with an experiment, and you need to find certain parts to bring him back from being a chicken. These parts are going to be a pressure gauge, rubber tube and oil can. Once you've spoken to the professor, you want to head downstairs to collect the fish food off the table, then head downstairs again to the kitchen where you're going to find the poison and add them both together to get poisoned fish food. Once you have the poisoned fish food, you want to head outside to the fountain. Use it on the fountain, and this is where you're going to get the pressure gauge. Once you have the pressure gauge, you want to head north to a pile of mud. Use a spade on it and you're going to get a rubber tube from there. Once you have the rubber tube, you want to head inside, go over to the left hand side where you're going to pull the candles into a secret room and go down the stairs, and there'll be a lot of levers and gates you'll need to get through. This room can be tricky, but what you want to do is pull levers A and B up. Enter the doors to the northeast and pull lever D up. Enter the door and return to the main room, and we want to pull lever A and B down. Enter doors 3, 4 and 5 just in the video. Pull lever E and F up. Enter door 6 and 7, northeast of the room, and you'll pull lever C up. And then you'll go back to 7 and 6, where you're going to pull lever E down. Six, 8 and 3 to the main room, and then you'll be able to reach your oil can right at the end of door 9. Once you've collected all the items, head back to Ernest and the professor upstairs and speak to the professor where the quest is now complete.